Good afternoon. No rain. That's good, isn't it? That's good. Hey, Brian was right. I hope you heard him back in the back, especially when he was talking about the fact that these kind of victories, such as we had with question 1, are not decided, and they're not brought about by people from out of state or in state meeting in a room somewhere with a great strategy. The reason that we won on that referendum, we started behind, we were behind all the way through in every category except for one, and that is you. You made the difference. People just like you all over the state of Maine said, no, we know what we believe, we know what's right, and we will do the right thing. And it's because of you and talking to your neighbors and your friends, your churches and your organizations, that's what made all the difference before when the attempts were made to redefine marriage. We didn't let that happen before. We can't let that happen now. So I want to join Brian in saying thank you for being here today. Thank you for being ready to stand up again if, and I hope we won't, but if we have to stand up and do it all over again, we need to be ready. Are you ready? That's what makes the difference, and that's the good thing, the best thing, such a blessing about being part of all of this is to be able to work side by side with so many good people all over the state of Maine. But I have to tell you, something's wrong here. I believe in all my heart that something's wrong, something's terribly wrong when we have to gather here in a park on a middle of the week, in the middle of the afternoon, to talk about the fact that marriage is a union of a man and a woman. We should know that. That should be expected. We should be building on that, not trying to defend that. Right. It's too bad that we have to take time to keep talking about this, to keep rebuilding, to keep coming back to the same issue all over again. We need to remind people that marriage is, by definition, marriage is and always has been the union of a man and a woman. It has been understood that way by virtually every faith group around the world, by virtually every culture all over the world, all through history. Sure, there have been attempts to dilute that, there have been attempts to even destroy that, but the reality is that people have always understood marriage is a union of a man and a woman. Marriage holds a very unique place in the fabric of civilized society. We cannot let that be undone, no matter who it is, no matter how good their intentions may seem to be. The meaning of marriage is written in the very nature of men and women, and it's written there by the hand of our Creator. I was told just a few days ago, a couple of days ago on a radio talk show, the question was put to me about religion and politics. Are you sure that you as a pastor, you as a Christian, and if you're ready for this, you as a Baptist of all things, should you be talking about this? And my answer is very simply yes. We all should be talking about this. And I am not afraid to tell you that it is by the design of our Creator that the union of a man and a woman is what makes marriage. When I say that, I join with some great people throughout our history. George Washington said that morality, religion and morality are indispensable supports of our republic. That has not changed. I read with interest, and I thought some people might find this to be interesting, that Franklin Delano Roosevelt in 1942 said this. He said, the problem we all face, the problems of so-called economics, the problems that are called monetary problems, the problems of unemployment, the problems of industry and agriculture, we shall not succeed in solving unless the people of this country hold the spiritual values of the country just as high as they do the economic values. When you are talking to candidates for office and they say to you, as we often read, as we often hear, that these are social issues and have no place in policy, first of all, I wish someone would tell the people in that building behind me that that's the case, then they would leave it alone, leave it as it is. Secondly, please do not believe when they tell you that social issues are not important. Don't believe it when they say to you, we care mostly about the economy. If we allow marriage to be dismantled and destroyed, we will also ruin our economy. You can be sure of that.
Amen.
When I stand here to promote the preservation of marriage, I also am standing here because I agree with the majority of the citizens of Maine who went to the ballot box and expressed their support of traditional marriage by voting yes on question 1. But something is wrong here. We were told the very night of the vote, as soon as it was announced that we won the people's veto, it was not 15 minutes before the other side was saying, we will be back, and we will be back in the next session of the legislature. Now I keep hearing they don't have a timeline. Now I keep hearing that maybe they will, maybe they won't. I don't know how to deal with that inconsistency. I only know they promised to bring it back in the next session of the legislature, so we must be ready to face that when it happens. The people of